She laughed and said, "You're adorable when you get paranoid," while her phone quietly confirmed she was exactly where she promised she wouldn't be. The ping came in at 11:47 p.m. Not delayed. Not vague. A clean dot glowing on my screen, inside a boutique hotel across town. The kind with valet parking and a rooftop bar she once said was pretentious. I stared at it, waiting for logic to save me. It didn't. I'm 34. I design wayfinding systems, signage, maps, the subtle language that tells people where they are. For a consulting firm in Seattle. I spend my days making places make sense. At night, I was slowly losing that ability at home. My fiancée, Lena, and I had been together 6 years. Engaged for 8 months. Our apartment overlooked Elliott Bay. Ferries slid by like patient thoughts. We used to watch them together. Lately, she watched alone from the balcony while I cleaned up dinner. The distance showed up in small edits. She stopped asking my opinion on wedding plans and presented decisions already made. She laughed more at her phone than at me. When I asked who she was texting, she'd tilt the screen away and say, "Work stuff," with a smile that didn't invite follow-ups. The jealousy conversation happened earlier that night. I told her the truth without accusation. That her closeness with Aaron, her former manager turned mentor, made me uneasy. That the late nights felt unnecessary. She laughed lightly. A hand on my arm. "You trust me, right?" "I want to," I said. She kissed my cheek. "I'm meeting Claire. I'll be home before midnight." At 11:47, her phone said otherwise. I didn't drive over. I didn't call. I sat on the couch and let the room go quiet around me. The ferries kept moving. I opened the shared calendar, nothing there. I checked social media, nothing there either. She was careful. Or thought she was. When she came home just after 1, she smelled like gin and something floral that wasn't hers. She kicked off her heels, humming. "Good night," she said. "Where were you?" "With Claire," she replied easily. I turned my phone around and slid it across the counter. The dot glowed between us. She didn't flinch. That's what broke me. "Oh," she said. "You checked my location. You said you were with Claire." "I was." She shrugged. "Earlier." "And the hotel?" She rolled her eyes, the way people do when they've already decided you're unreasonable. "I knew you'd do this. You always need proof. It's exhausting." "Are you sleeping with him?" I asked. A pause. "Not long." Measured. "I don't owe you details." That was the moment the room rearranged itself. The walls didn't move, but my place in them did. The next morning, I canceled a site visit and stayed home. I didn't sleep. I replayed our engagement night, how she'd cried, how I'd thought the tears meant certainty. I wondered how long I'd been auditioning for a role she'd already recast. We talked that evening. Sat at the small dining table with the view we once loved. No raised voices. No slammed doors. "I never loved you the way you wanted," she said, staring past me. "You were convenient. Safe. You fit." I nodded. My hands were steady. That surprised me. "I asked you to stop seeing him," I said. "And I didn't," she replied. "Because your feelings don't matter to me the way mine do." The honesty was surgical. No apology. No cruelty. Just clarity. I didn't beg. The words formed and dissolved without sound. I realized I had been negotiating my dignity in installments for months, hoping for a bulk discount on affection. That night I packed a bag. She watched from the doorway, arms crossed, not angry, impatient. As if I were a delayed ride. I slept at a friend's place, then found a short-term rental near my office. It smelled like paint and new beginnings that didn't pretend to be romantic. I took the ring off and put it in my desk drawer. Not as a symbol. As an object that had done its job. The collapse came later, quietly. In the grocery store. In the shower. In the middle of a presentation when my voice caught on a word like arrival. I learned how much of my identity had been built around being chosen. When that fell apart, the floor showed through. The turning point wasn't dramatic. It was a Tuesday morning when I realized I wasn't checking her location anymore. The app was still there. I just didn't open it. We met once to exchange the last of our things. She looked lighter. I noticed it without resentment. "I hope you find what you're looking for," I said. She smiled. "I already have." I believed her. And for the first time, that didn't feel like a verdict on me. Months passed. Therapy. Long walks. I started saying no without explanation. I designed a project for a public library and felt proud in a clean way, unattached to anyone's approval. I learned that trust isn't the absence of doubt, it's the presence of respect. And once respect leaves, no amount of tracking can bring it back. The location ping didn't ruin my life. It revealed it. If someone laughs at your concern instead of addressing it, pay attention. Jealousy isn't always insecurity. Sometimes it's your intuition asking for dignity. You don't need proof to leave. But when it arrives anyway, believe it.